kicking this workout off with the lower body and an exercise that is more strength oriented in the lower rep range, and that I'm ramping up to a top set followed by one back off set before I move onto jumping. I've been doing this trap bar deadlift for about a month now, I would say, just over a month, and it's been slow progress because I'm doing these only once a week, and I definitely feel like the front of my leg, my quads, are kind of a weak point. I've said that before, and I'm noticing that despite this variation being on paper easier than a conventional deadlift, I do not feel as strong or as comfortable with the trap bar. And one of the reasons why I chose this exercise was that it hopefully would bring my quad strength up a bit, paired also with the front squats. Since I introduced this variation a while ago, I have been slowly creeping up with weights to the point where I'm doing the same rep work as I was doing with the conventional deadlift. It's been a slower progression because my frequency back when I was doing conventional was much higher, and in here my priorities are slightly different. Plus, I am cautious with the bit of an inflammation that I'm experiencing at the back of my right knee, where the biceps femoris inserts. So I want to do this as safely as possible for the foreseeable future, and then I might be thinking about swapping the conventional back in because I really like it. And now it's time to look at the jumping. The first one here was the highest of the bunch, and also it was already higher than the previous time that I was recording this without the box. 680 milliseconds was 10 milliseconds higher from the rough precision that I'm using from the previous time, and I was already doing 2 jumps with 670, while the previous time it was only once that I was able to do that over 3 sets. And in between my jumping sets, I was squeezing in my upper body work. Started off with pullovers, 16 kilos. I went up to 12 repetitions on the first set and 10 in the second one. So I might be going up in weight and seeing how many I can do. Maybe I'll start with 6 and then move up again towards 10 and 12 and keep progressing in this fashion. So no lower than 5 reps, I would say, and not really higher than 12. And after a short rest, I went into a superset with normal push-ups and then bicep barbell curls. The push-ups looked pretty neat in terms of technique. There were a couple of reps where I was feeling a bit of a discomfort in my shoulder inside the rotator cuff, but nothing major. I went up to 25 reps on the first set and then 20 on the second one. And after these, I was going straight into the barbell curls. On these 30 kilos, I'm doing around 10 reps, and I'm thinking to progress these up until maybe 15 reps per set, and maybe thinking then to increase to 35 kilos and start off from maybe 8. At that point I should be able to do those. And this is the last set of the approach jumps. Times were a bit lower than the first set, but better on average than the previous week, so that's an improvement there. What should improve also is a few of the mistakes that I'm still making. So sometimes my head is tilted forward, even looking down. Other times I'm not fully extending the hips. There could be a bit more rotation into the block step. But overall, if times go up, it's okay. Ciao.